Thank you, Mr. Crouch. The same question basically the same question we directed to our treasurer and recorder candidates will now direct to our county attorney candidates as well, because not only will you be acting in the courtroom, you'll also be a manager of your particular area of department. So the question is, are there ways to create greater efficiencies, reduce costs, and improve customer service and relations in your particular office? Last time we had Ms. McSorley go first. We'll ask Ms. Kissel to address this question first. Are there ways to create greater efficiencies, reduce costs, and improve customer service in the office that you see?
Yes, as I addressed in the last question, the timeliness that these cases are prosecuted, I think need to be addressed. The costs can be cut if those are handled in a more timely manner. Also, as far as efficiency goes, I'm going to go back to the same point of working with law enforcement. It is so important to have those relationships as strong as possible for this to be effective.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kissel. Ms. McSorley, same question. Are there ways to create greater efficiencies, reduce costs, and improve customer service in the office you see?
I do believe we have great customer service. As much as a county attorney's office has customer service, I've always been available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is one thing our office has always been to all of our law enforcement, and they utilize that service. As far as just in response to Ms. Kissel's comments on timeliness, I guess I would have to say I do agree that cases going faster reduce costs to the public. I will be the first to tell you that through all of my cases since I've worked in this office in 2010, I could count on one hand the number that I've actually put a motion to continue on my own behalf or on behalf of the state of Iowa. That's not speaking for my entire office, that's speaking for myself. And those times are done, sometimes necessarily due to availability of witnesses, victims, and so forth. So sometimes that's necessary. But as far as myself, that does not happen. The relationship with law enforcement is important. I do believe that that also helps in making our cases go to speedy prosecutions. I would like to, I spoke quickly and I'm down to 30 seconds, implement the county attorney's collection program. I didn't get to tell you too much about that, but that will allow us to be more efficient through our office and the courtroom in order to collect bad debt throughout the county. We have over $2.9 million of bad debt, which includes court costs, fines, restitution, jail pay and stays, and there's a program in which we, as the county attorney's office, can take that over, get people getting their driver's license back, and paying off bad debt, and keeping up to between 40 and 52% of that back into the county.
Thank you, Ms. McSorley. We're ready for closing comments now, closing statements from each of our candidates for county office. We began with those in the county attorney's office. We're going to begin in reverse order now as far as those closing statements are concerned. And the first candidate to speak will be Becky Kilpack. Closing statements, please.
I would like to thank everyone for coming this evening and taking an interest in our political future. If reelected, I will continue to work diligently to maintain and grow the integrity of the Treasurer's Office. I believe maintaining a high level of professionalism and providing excellent customer service is very important. The ever-changing requirements to prevent identity fraud are challenging but necessary. Please come out and vote in June. I'm sorry. Yes, you can vote.
I was going to say, I think absentee voting is available now, so yes, okay. So you're all right. Next we will go to our supervisors, and the first to speak from the candidates of county supervisor will be Thomas Pena. 2-minute closing statement.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming and listening. I wish we could have more people. They need to get out and vote, show our supervisors, and be a part of the ever need improvements and suggestions. I have only one agenda, is to help make my community grow, make my property values increase like you do, and have a nice community to live in. I don't have any personal agendas out there, but I do see change is without question going to happen. So let's make the change on our own terms. I think it's about time to hand over the reins to someone else and make it work and have different points of view. I want to make sure that I will represent, I'm not going to just do it, but I will represent what the people want. Whether I like it or not, I'm there to represent you, and we need to have that kind of dialogue between citizens, taxpayers, and voters that seem to be lacking right now. So I appreciate your vote. The vote for Thomas Pena is a vote for new ideas and changes on our own terms. So let's move forward, and thank you for your time. I wish I could have your vote.
Thank you, Mr. Pena. Mr. Crouch.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. Thank you for coming out this evening. As closing statements, I've been on this for 12 years. I know the ins and outs of the government of Mills County. We've seen a lot of changes in Mills County, from zoning, permitting was brought up, and so on. We're in the process of building a new jail. We put an addition onto the courthouse. We keep trying to improve the structure of Mills County, especially for the people. The people have been very good to the Board of Supervisors. We have told them what we was going to do, how it was going to work, how we were going to pay for it, and in return, they have come back with votes that have helped us, especially in the jail. If no one has been down there, you should go take a look. It's down by the engineer's office. They guaranteed us the other day that it was hoping to be done by the middle of September. But for the vote of the people, I always say, it's vote for the person you want to vote for, whether it's Republican, Democrat, or other parties. So on June 3rd, I would appreciate your vote for the continuation of Mills County Supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crouch. Our next candidate for the 2-minute closing statement will be that for Mills County Recorder, Lisa Tallman.
First off, I would like to say that I am just a citizen. As you can tell, I'm not a politician. I won't be making any campaign promises. But if I'm elected, I can guarantee you that we will have the friendliest, best educated, and highly trained staff. We will be using the most up-to-date policies and procedures. We will also closely be following the legislature, can't even talk, legislators, to make sure that we are totally up-to-date and following the code. As a taxpayer, I want to make sure I'm getting the most bang for my buck, so to speak, as I'm sure you are too. So I think with a highly efficient, well-trained office, we will be able to put our tax dollars to the best use. So I would really appreciate your vote in June and also in November. Thank you. Thank you,
Ms. Tallman. Next, we go to our candidates for county attorney. And first to speak with a 2-minute closing statement, I'll be right over there, Ms. McSorley, is Tricia McSorley.
Thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to be here tonight. Just in closing, I'd like to reiterate a few things that we talked about throughout the evening. One of those is that I will definitely continue, if elected, to work effectively with our law enforcement, and that includes both local law enforcement entities through the Mills County Sheriff's Office, the Glenwood Police Department, and also all of the agencies we work for. We currently have cases that I am working with the FBI, the DEA, the Southwest Iowa Narcotics Task Force, the DCI, the Iowa State Patrol, the U.S. Attorney's Office. We work with these agencies all the time and have a great relationship, and I intend to continue that relationship, and I think that's very important. I will continue to provide training as requested or necessary to our local law enforcement, as I have since 2010. I will continue to bring speedy and tough prosecutions to the crimes that are committed within Mills County in order to be an effective prosecutor for our citizen taxpayers. I will also be able to hopefully start this county attorney's collection program, which will bring revenue to the county through the county attorney's office for the first time ever. As I touched on briefly, we have $2.9 million in bad debt through court cost fines and other state-related fees or court fees that I would like to work towards, that over half the counties throughout the state are doing and we can participate in. I have experience handling everything from speeding tickets to drafting U.S. Supreme Court briefs. So because of those reasons, I believe I am your best candidate, and I would ask for your support on June 3rd. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. McSorley. 2-minute closing remarks, Ms. Kissel.
Thank you all for coming tonight. It's good to see a good turnout. I do want to be your next Mills County attorney. I would do this job with honesty, integrity, and consistency. I'm a hard worker, and I will serve the community in the best way I can. I do have experience working in the criminal field, though not on the prosecution side. I have worked with prosecutors all over southwest Iowa. I frequently do work in Page, Montgomery, Potawatomi, Taylor counties, and I've gotten to see how their prosecutors handle cases as compared to ours. So I have a perspective from many different counties and have many ideas on how we can improve our county attorney's office in Mills County. Again, thank you for coming, and I hope to see you all voting on June 3rd.
Thank you, Ms. Kissel. Ladies and gentlemen, democracy at the grassroots level, at our local and county level. Let's please give our candidates a round of applause. While they are leaving the stage, I'd ask the 3rd Congressional District candidates to please make their way, candidates and representatives, to the stage. In the meantime, as we make our transition on the stage, I would invite Mark Costello, our representative from the 23rd District, to come up to the stage and provide us with his statement as well.